Hello, welcome to another Q&A for the San Francisco Indie Shorts Festival 2025. This is the Q&A for our program, An Animated World, and look at the turnout of all the great animators here. Hey, animators, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Yay! It's wonderful to have you here. Fantastic short films, fantastic animations, and we got a lot of them. You know, real quick, why don't I go around the room and see who you are and what movie you're connected to? I'll call you out. Alberto, you're first on my screen. Tell me your name and the film you're associated with.
Hi, I'm Alberto Alviso, and I'm the director of Carbon.
Carbano?
Carbono, sí.
Yeah, great. Love that film. Emmanuel and Gil, although Gil's name's not up there, you're next on my screen. Introduce yourselves.
So I'm Emmanuel. I'm Gil, and we're co-artists and co-creators of the animation Cosmonaut, or in its original title, Cosmonaut.
I cannot wait to see that on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
We wish we could. We wish we could join you, and we wish you could join everyone in the theater.
Where are you calling in from?
That experience.
Where are you calling from?
Portugal. Porto.
Cool.
Oh, Porto.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for making the journey today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alberto, where are you calling from?
I'm in Mexico.
Okay, welcome.
Thank
Next on my screen, am I going to say your name right? Maho?
It's Majo.
Majo.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Well, I'm Majo Calderon, and I'm the producer of Carbono, calling from Mexico too.
Yeah, welcome. Good to have you here. And I have down the line Jim. Hi, Jim.
Hey, how's it going? Well, you said I'm Jim Allison. I'm the writer director of. Oh, yep, down the line.
Down the line.
Honored to meet all you guys.
Yeah, nice screen. I like you.
Nice to meet you.
You are prepared. I like that.
Gotta step it up.
And you got your character in the corner there over your shoulder.
Yeah, I also brought him here today just to say hello.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Next, forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Yaron.
Jeremy. Yeah, I'm Jeremy Kingston, and I'm project manager at Carbono.
What's your
Nice to meet
film?
you all. Carbono.
Carbono is representing. Well, don't hog the airwaves. There's three of you guys. Good to have you. Next, we have Tim. Hi, Tim.
Oh, couldn't find the mute button. Hi, I'm Tim. I'm the director of Time Squares.
Time Squares. Fun film. Thank you, Tim. Good to see you. Allison, hi.
Hello, I'm Allison, and I'm the co-director of The Legend of King Nibbles.
Legend of King Nipples. That could almost be in our horror section, our scary section, our Halloween section. Good to have you. And then Tupac, am I saying that right?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Toprak. I'm the other co-director of The Legend of King Nibbles.
Excellent. Good to have you here. Where are you guys calling from?
We're both in the Bay, but I'm in South Bay and he's in North Bay.
All right. San Francisco Bay Area representing. Good to have you here. I'm in San Francisco as well. And then there's Alexandre.
Hello, so I don't know if you can see me, but I'm Alexandre from Paris, Alexandre Athané from Paris, and I'm the director and illustrator and animator of the short animated film Jus d'Orange.
Right on. Wow, nice. Filmmakers from around the world. Excellent. Glad you guys are here. So, Alexander, since we have you, and I don't know if you'll drop out or disappear on us, why'd you make your film?
I don't know. How did I make my film?
What? Not how. Why? Well, first, it's a 2D animation, right?
Yes, and sorry.
Why did you make it?
Why did I make it? I made it because I had a story to tell, and it was an emotion about the world that's surrounding me, and and so I had to express that, and I decided to spend a few years working on that story and to share it.
What was something in the world that was inspiring you or motivating you, like climate
Basically,
change, or
mostly it's like I was wondering about what is your place in the world when everything changes around you as you grow old and technologies replace maybe things that you do with your hands, and like us animators, like we might have done traditional animation frame by frame, and today AI is appearing. So my character is an orange grower. He's a farmer, and he's been taking care of his oranges all his life, and suddenly industrialization appears and the landscape changes with the implantation of factories and things like that. So it's a metaphor about a changing world and the place of people aging in this world, and that could be us. It will be us in the future, maybe, as we grow old.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, beautiful looking film. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
To talking about on this planet, on this world, how about Cosmonaut talking about being out of this world, out of this planet? Why did you guys make this film, or what inspired it?
To put it simply, I think it started with a good idea. Rodrigo, that he's not the director, he's not here, able to be here with us today. He presented us with a sketch, with a little story he made that was basically it. But he thought he didn't have the means by himself to do it. So the four of us teamed up.
Sorry to interrupt you, but there were four of us, and it was about COVID time, and we were kind of stagnated in terms of our jobs, and as individuals we have amassed a considerable amount of skills in the art medium, and we were trying to do something together, work collectively, and we kind of started from that idea. That short story has the mobile for everything that went.
Right on.
And as soon as we agreed on doing it, the thing was we really got excited about it, and actually managed to produce something that we can't say we could have done it, or we did use a computer to create a 3D environment, but all of the pieces that you see on the animation, all the textures, everything from the soundtrack, it was all built by us or composed and recorded by us.
That brings me great pleasure. It gives me great pleasure to hear that.
It was a labor of love.
Everything was like painstakingly made. It's like it wasn't made like in the most intelligent form, because we wanted to exploit those contrasts in terms of having also something that was not common. You have like those commonplaces that you identify as I don't know, interdimensional traveling, and you kind of associate with the destiny of man to shoot for the stars and everything. But
that approach paid off. It worked. You have a great piece of art in this short film. So
really, thank you.
Thank you. Let me ask some of the other people. What were some of your kind of processes for your film? How about Carbano? You got three representatives here. Talk about Carbano. Majo, I'll have you begin.
Okay. Well, for Carbono, we are at a studio here in Mexico, and we've been working with like clients with very set rules for them, because usually they are like toy companies and that kind of thing. So Carbono for us was a very cool opportunity to actually explore creatively something. Like a client came to us with a piece of a poem from Primo Levi, that is like kind of our main character, and he said, I want to do something with this, whatever you like. And Being a multitudinary studio, like we work with different techniques, we came all together and discussed, okay, this can be 3D, this can be 2D, this can be rigged. This absolutely needs to be frame by frame. So as a producer, it was really nice to bring together the team and make the best use of everybody here, and everybody brought their talent and everybody proposed like very creative ways to do this, because we actually had like a set budget that we gave to the client without knowing what we're gonna do beforehand. So we
And they
really
approved
had
that budget.
yeah, and they say, yay, but we had to be very creative to work around it and to compel the things that came from Alberto's and Anjael, her co-director, mind into practice, like to the actual world. So I guess that Alberto can like talk a little bit more about how he took that poem that is completely crazy and bring it
Alberto,
into
yeah.
image.
Please do. Alberto, please add to that.
Well, actually, it is like a paraphrasing of the text by Primo Levi, this chemist, scientist that survived Auschwitz. So we try to make metaphors about life, about death, about history, and took, you know, like from very tiny little things like atoms to the immense of the universe. No, so we can speak about of the most important element in the, well, in the universe. No, so we kind of like mix all that kind of things, life itself, life and death, everything.
It could almost be an educational film if it wasn't maybe so graphic in places.
Yes, but
that was a little right. That's true. That's life, right?
That's life. That's everything. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty. It caught me off guard though when I first saw that. I was like, whoa, oh, not putting in this a children's program. How about you, Jim? Down the line, talk about your film a little bit. 3D claymation, right?
Yeah, oh, it's stop motion with puppets, but
Stop motion with puppets. Thank you.
Very close. Yeah, so this is just basically a hipster goes fishing one day and he pulls up a half-frozen Viking king that's thawing, and since the audience knows what happens, basically this Viking king is a relative of his, and that's why I call it Down the Line. So it's two meetings, fishing, a line, down the line, line. And I got the idea because one day I found out that 23andMe was going bankrupt, which I use, and so I was like, oh. And so that sparked.
That inspired this film.
Yeah. And I was like, oh. And I love stop motion films, Laika, Aardman. I love all, I mean, they're amazing, right? I never really done that. I'm more of a live action director. So this was a nice little step away. And yeah.
Wow. How was that transition from live action to?
I minored in animation. I majored in live action, but this was definitely, stop motion was very different for me. And I had to figure out the frame rate. I was like, good enough. So like basically there'd be times of like, good enough, that works. Sure, move on. And I was working a 9 to 5 like a lot of indie people. And, you know, just after work, I just go back to the studio and keep working. So it's a passion project.
I am impressed with your dedication, all your dedication and commitment to these things. That's what animation and filmmaking takes for sure. What about the King Nibbles? Talk about King Nibbles. Also, maybe, you know, a little bit scary at the end there, but talk about it.
Yeah, so I think Toprak and I really just wanted to see what we could accomplish with just us, because other than the score and the sound effects, we were responsible for all aspects of the film. And we just had this crazy idea that we knew if we didn't make that, it would never be made. And that's really what inspired us. And with recent, a lot of stylistic changes in animation, especially in CG animation, we knew that's something we wanted to tackle, especially Toprak, because he's super into the texture and the look of it all, where I was more into the animation. So we knew that with this idea, with it being like a really classic fairy tale story, kind of like Disney inspired, we knew that that's something that we really wanted to do and wanted to test ourselves and see if we could do it.
Right on. What was the inspiration, the initial seed that made you tell the story?
Honestly, I think we saw like a TikTok or like a video of a real hamster, like, because hamsters do this in real life, they eat their children. And we were like, how could we
Wow.
tell a story about this crazy phenomenon?
Interesting. Times Squares. Tim, talk about that.
Yes. Well, it's an autobiography, really. Not really, but
I felt myself like seeing New York for the first time. I had those sensations, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what happened. I moved to New York,
Oh,
and it was such a big deal, at least in Australia. Like New York's the sort of like mecca of the world in a lot of ways, and I moved there, and I couldn't really figure out what the big deal was. I thought it was disgusting. And I was writing another film, and I'm a huge procrastinator. So to avoid working on that film, I worked on this film, and I just was writing about my experience in New York. I actually had a really big battle with mental health while I was there. So it just evolved from there and became for some reason, a wholesome young adult kids cartoon, which wasn't the plan at the start, but
wow.
that's what happened.
Wow, thoroughly enjoyed it. Are you still in New York?
No, I'm in Australia. It's 4 a.m. actually. So if my answers aren't succinct, it's because I'm asleep.
Well, thanks for joining us. Yeah, New York can do that to people. Well, I'm glad it inspired you to make this short film. You were doing it outside of your main focus. So what were the challenges of making this? Just finding the time, or?
No, like I said, I was procrastinating, which probably made it easier to do. I had always wanted to do it. I think I was standing in Times Square when I thought of the idea years ago, and well, the pun at least, and then it just, I don't know, it just started to flow, I suppose. And then even while I was storyboarding it, and figuring out if I'm going to get some animators to do it, I'm like, actually, I think I can do most of this by myself. So I just dropped the other film, which I still haven't picked up because I'm lazy, and I finished it. Yeah, it all came together.
Well, I
really
think as
quickly.
filmmakers, I can speak for myself. We all have those scripts that are unfinished in the drawer. Who knows if we'll ever get back to them? Or, I have mini DV tapes from projects long ago that I'll
yeah.
And what was maybe a feeling you came away with? I'll ask this of everybody. Like after the finished product, the finished movie, how do you feel? What's something you learned? What's something Tim? How do you feel about your film? Like,
it was mildly therapeutic. I think it went from being a negative story to a positive one in the writing process. And for me, being such a semi autobiographical, I suppose, is it just reminded me of the good things and the friends and support that sort of turned things around. So it was nice to I've been able to show that to some of the people that were involved in that.
Right on, cool.
Sort of say, this is kind of about you. It's not, but it kind of is. I thought about you while I did it, at least.
Nice.
I think.
That's good. Alexander, how about you? What's something you've learned? Thanks, Tim.
Oh,
that's all right.
So can you see me now?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, perfect.
And
okay,
you got a great background, much more colorful.
Yes, thank you. I tried to put some makeup on. What did I learn? Okay, so I did 3 animation films, and this is the 3rd one. And my goal on this one was to work with a little team, because the 2 previous ones I did all by myself. So my exercise on this one was to work with 3 other animators just for the character, to animate the character. I didn't want to do it all by myself this time because it's very time consuming. And also I could have done it, but I was interested in collaborating and working with people, trying to see how they would animate my designs basically for the character. And I realized that,
are you still friends and collaborators, or
Yeah.
Okay,
I want to work with
sign.
them again. Yeah. It was amazing. That's what I learned, is that when you find the right people, the people that you can communicate with, and they were in Poland, we never met actually. We never met in real life. So we were working basically in the same office, always on camera like that. And it was amazing to see how my drawing could become animated by somebody else, and that I was directing basically an actor, it was really, that's really what I learned. throughout
Very
the
cool.
process. And also what I learned is that I think my favorite thing besides directing the film and make sure it's like I have it in my head is to paint the backgrounds and paint everything, you know. So I want to do by myself. All the backgrounds, the paintings, the design and everything. But the animation is very time consuming and I'm gonna go crazy if I do it all by myself again. So
King
that's what I learned.
Yes, excellent answer. King Nibbles, how was your process? Any takeaways? Something you learned? How do you like the final project? Allison, Topak?
Yeah, I think we had to learn a lot of new things because we delved into like things like special effects, which wasn't really our like area of study. I think Toprak can talk more about that because that's something that he did. But process-wise, it was around like 1.5 years of just working every single day, really. Yeah, it was hard, but I think the finished product is something that we're super proud of.
Yeah, you should be. Toprak, want to add something?
Yeah. Sorry, I totally agree with Allison. It was just every day we went to the labs from 12 to 11. And it was a lot of work, but I think it really paid off. We both really enjoy it and we learned a lot through FX, and just making a film is a lot harder than
This wasn't your first film, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, congratulations. Carbano, how about you guys? What's the takeaway? The result you got from finishing this? Something you may have learned about the process, yourselves, anything, the world? Alberto.
Well, the thing about process is well,
Your face said it all. You just that said it all. Oh God. Okay.
yes, because it was a lot of things that we would like to cover because there were interesting metaphors inside the text of Primo Levi. So we also wanted to connect kind of his life during the journey, because well, we make it was like a homage to him, to his work. So we spend time, checking history, checking evolution, checking, a lot of things, and to convey the artistic style with all these things. We, as Marco said, we have this team with a lot of skills. So we decided to give, for example, all the camera tracks that are like in the moving around the world. They're like in 3D just because of these two things, because we wanted to represent like the POV of the carbon, as flying into the into the mountains, into the rivers, but we like it to be like a geometric thing, because of this science about nature, that everything is like like math made, like it's that perfect, because of mathematics, so why to represent it through 3D. And so that kind of decisions we make was because not because we we were out of budget or anything else like that, because we wanted to tie it,
Yeah.
like
Well, and you know what? It's very edited very well, very succinct, and it's very tight. I appreciate that about it. A lot of times, beginning filmmakers, animators, or short filmmakers, they love their footage and they can't toss. They can't edit. So well done, all you guys. Very succinct and tight films. Yaron, you haven't spoken much. You want to add some things?
I don't want to bore you with production stuff. But I learned a lot.
Well, you're
about it.
amongst other kind of filmmakers, so something, maybe a challenge that you shared, or an anecdote.
Well, sure, coordinating all of the teams, because I've never done that. I've usually only worked with 2D cutout. So working with everyone at once, including 3D, was really challenging in that aspect. And also, you're trying to be there for everyone and have all the tools for them, but there's one team that never speaks, which is just really compositing and was challenging in this film.
But are you still all talking to each other?
Yeah, for sure.
And you did a good job.
Yeah.
And Jim, something you learned, a challenge, a takeaway?
I guess the biggest thing I learned is don't rush. Like I know, like as filmmakers, you just want to get this out to the world and show people and like just feel good about it. And like, you know, get that from the world, like you did it, confirmation. But just take your time because it's you got to chip away, right? You're starting with some clay, you're hardening it, you're sculpting it, you just keep going and going. Also to get eyes on it, because I have a very supportive wife who actually made the puppet. She's also a artist like me, which was awesome. But there'd be moments where she's like, "Do you want me to take a look?" I'm like, "No, it's fine. It looks great. Trust me." And then I watch it and be like, "This is terrible. This is terrible." And she comes out of the shadows, like, "I told you. You should have asked me." So, yeah, just gotta be more vulnerable.
The woman behind the animator. Thanks.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So yeah, and the outcome, I think it came out really good. It's the first time I did stop motion. I enjoyed it, and I feel accomplished. It's a good feeling.
Right on. You should. Maho, do you want to add something about the question? Learn anything? Any takeaways? How do you feel?
Yeah. Well, I guess that it was amazing. As I said, we are a studio that always work with very set rules, and it was amazing to actually see my team develop and have the opportunity to be super creative and like fulfill all the potential they had. We discovered a lot of things about our artists. We discovered that they knew how to do other things we didn't know because they were like really set on an activity on the studio. So that was like amazing for us. And that opened another door to give another perspective to our studio, making things more creative and maybe taking in consideration that the value that we hold is actually in our people and what they can do in their creative side of things. So that was really cool to discover.
Right on. Well said. Gil and Emmanuel, a takeaway. How do you feel? Something you learned? How do you feel about your finished product? You guys learned you're still friends?
No, in that regard, it's kind of like the movie extinguished the friendship. So yeah.
You guys look like
we can relate. We can relate.
We can relate in loads of ways because it was a tolling experience. And yes, you mustn't rush it, but sometimes you have to crack the whip. Even though we were very inexperienced filmmakers, this was our first feature.
Wow.
And we tried to muster the know-how.
We try to do it by ourselves. I would like to strain this. There are only 4 names in the credits because this was made by those 4 people.
Yeah,
we didn't have any outside work done or anything. We did this.
We couldn't outsource it.
Yeah,
we couldn't outsource it, and we weren't interested in doing it. We wanted to
this chance to do so much. This chance to do so much to
did you guys find that did it bring highs and lows while you were collaborating?
Yes. Loads of them, because when you're trying to make something and it kind of goes with the theme of the movie, kind of delving into alien worlds. It's like that the artistic process is what it is, because you have to find the continuity in order for it to be like an object that you can look at it and recognize it as something coherent.
But at the same time, come to the finish line, right?
Yeah. And the landing is
tough.
It's tough.
It's tough, especially when in this case one of the things we were certain was that we didn't envision this as a commercial project. We did actually envision it as a work of art. We were just trying to make something in filmmaking, but we were mainly concerned with the idea and the work.
And
the rest we thought we would manage. And that was part of the strain also, because doing work by yourself it costs, and we were, as Gil said, it was during COVID when we started, so I think financially nobody was that well, and that's when we started the project. So it was demanding.
In the lowest
It was demanding.
of times, when adversity rears its ugly head, you have to make something that uplifts you, and art kind of, for us, gets the job done. We wish that for our main reason is to promote discourse and make an homage to cinema itself and the possibilities of cinema.
Well, I'll tell you what, all your films are going to uplift people, if not at the very least entertain them. Your animated shorts are fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed them. People that are going to see them on the big screen are going to have a blast. So congratulations to not only getting into our film festival, the San Francisco Indie Film Fest, but to completing your short films, especially with all these stories that you told us. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
you.
everyone for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much.
That's all the time we have. Check out more great films at sfindie.com, and thank you for watching. Good to see you, filmmakers. Hope to meet you in person.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.